Hi, we're the Team Blue Ducks, and we're here to present United States mobile operations. Myself, I'll be talking about the introductions. I'm Jay, and I'll also be giving a brief overview of the history. Matt will be talking about the growth and the future of the industry. Jen will be talking about customer characteristics. Katie will be talking about the competition and macro environmental regulations. And we'll wrap it up with Gianni talking about customers, distribution, and suppliers. First, we have the history. It all started in 1977 in Chicago. There wasn't 4G, there was 3G, there was 1G. After the first generation of networks, it was set out across all the United States. Now the industry is worth $196 billion, backed by 160,000 employees and over 2,100 companies. Every year, since in 2010 to 2011, there was a 5% growth increase. Now the industry is also supported by trade unions and professionals associations. These associations are the Telecommunications Industry Association and SIDA Telecommunications Wireless Industry Association. What they do is provide initiatives supporting the industry, providing information to customers and employees to enhance their overall experience in telecommunications.
Now I'm going to talk to you about the growth in the U.S. mobile operators industry. As you can see in this chart here, we're looking at the number of subscribers in the industry. So we start down here in 1985, and we rapidly grow to where we are today, and that's in June of 2011. So you can see there's exponential growth. Now this next graph I'm going to show you may look very similar, but it's actually the revenue of the operators themselves. So you can see where we first start down here, and again in 1985, where we build all the way up and explode into what is now the $90 billion industry in 2011. Now I'm going to pass it over to Katie to talk to you about the competitors.
There are four major competitors within the U.S. mobile operating industry, and they control 94.7% of the market share. During these rough economic times that we've been experiencing, they continue to show growth and expanding due to their ability to both adapt with products and new technologies. A main tool that helps them is being able to cut prices to appeal to the masses. The FCC, who regulates this industry, is the Federal Communications Commission. This was enacted by the Communications Act of 1934. The main objective of this organization is to promote competition and innovation. Current project that they are working on is to rewrite rules for distributors on how to provide customers with detailed statements on their bills. Possible legislation is in works to promote these.
There are currently 322.8 million mobile phone users in the United States, which constitutes roughly 102.4% of the population, which means that adults are finding reasons to carry more than one cell phone. The newest customer trend in mobile operations is the use of the smartphone. 44% of all mobile devices owned are smartphones, and 25 to 35-year-olds dominate the smartphone market with 64% of the distribution.
There are two types of customers in the mobile operating industry. One is the individual customer, a customer like you and me wants to use their phone for personal uses. Another type of customer is the organizational customer or the industrial customer, who is a business who wants to choose a service provider for all their employees to use in their company. Another type of phone is feature phones. Feature phones are non-smartphones. Non-smartphones are phones that don't have internet and can only text and use calls. These phones are rapidly decreasing as more and more people are using smartphones today.
The target market from the mobile industry is large. It consists of anyone who is able to operate a mobile phone. However, essentially, age segments this large market. 18 to 34-year-olds hold the majority of all cell phones owned, and about 57% of seniors 65 and older own a cell phone.
Distributors have a direct impact on how much their products will be sold for, implying that they have a direct role on the total quantity sales sold. The supplier's goal is to have a good relationship with their customers. A solid relationship with the company they are supplying to will make sure they keep them as customers and help them in the market. Suppliers in the industry supply their parts to different companies. For example, the iPhone uses parts from the companies LG, Wintech, and Samsung.
Now I'm going to take us into the future here. We're going to see five main things. We're going to see growth in smartphones, as we've seen that already. We're going to see more apps for everything out there. All of our daily needs. We're going to see a lot more regulation with the FCC, and we're going to see, kind of a new radio spectrum. We're going to start to see faster networks, as we're seeing the 4G network being implemented right now. Also, we're going to start to see more phones than people. Phones taking over the tasks that we didn't think that they could. From all of us here at the Blue Ducks, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch our presentation. Thank you.